back to my channel. For today's video, this is the part 3 of our interview with Lohan, and today's topic is about tell me something about yourself on a CEO perspective. So guys, yung mga matututunan nyo dito is nakadepende pa rin, okay? Kasi mayroon tayong iba't ibang klase ng mga CEO. So kung ano yung i-share sa inyo ni Lohan is pwedeng mag-apply sa ibang employer, pwede rin hindi. So, if you are interested sa topic na to, please keep on watching until the end. Do not skip para wala kang ma-miss na tips and tricks na i-share ko throughout the video. So without further ado, let's get started! Kung bago ka lang sa channel na to, I'm Kajea, virtual assistant, executive assistant, bookkeeper, accountant. So kahit anong work, pinapasok ko, basta't online, kasi online work is amazing! Sa channel na to, dinidiscuss natin more on online work, tips and tricks, and mga success stories. So kung interested ka sa mga topic na yon, please consider subscribing and don't forget to hit the notification bell para wala kang ma-miss na video na ina-upload ni Kajea every week. So, huwag na natin patagalin pa. Let's dive into it. Okay, so Lohan, can you tell us some tips on how to ace the interview question? Tell me about yourself.
Okay, so the first thing you have to understand about this question is that it's a lazy question. So for us, because you're nervous to interview, and we are nervous to interview you too. It's a weird situation, not just for yourself. Because we are not professional recruiters, not what we do daily.
Yeah.
So one easy way to start the interview for us is just to say, yeah, just tell me about yourself. It is not really because we want to look for anything. It's just an easy way to start the interview. So this is for you to know, like 100% honest there. Now, how to do that well? Okay, like I did with the last 2 videos as well, like what not to do. So I don't care who's your mom and your dad is. Okay, so this happens so often. It's like, hello, I'm Janet. My dad is Ernest, and my mom is Maria, and they give me the full name, of the parents. I'm like, I don't know them, so unless they are celebrity, you tell me my dad is Paquito or something like that. Okay, good, I got it. Just pass all these personal things that that don't make much sense. So go. Or also, I'm a God-fearing person. I hear it a lot. I mean, glad for you that you're religious or something, but I mean, don't put it there. It's a weird thing to say for us Western. So don't put that there. Okay, so that's on the down from the beginning, So what you say, just introduce yourself, give your name. No need to even give the full name. You can just give how to call you yourself. You can give your age because it's always interesting. You can say if you are married or not, if you have kids. Now, why these make sense, okay, is some employers, especially if you're a woman. I'm just being totally honest there, so that for us, we don't care. I have hired pregnant women before, it, so it is not a problem. However, for some employer, they are really afraid to start with somebody, and after that somebody just leaves or stop because they get pregnant or something. So if you are 30, you have 2 kids, one is 5, the other one is I don't know, 7, and then basically if you say it and you say you're married, basically what it means for the employer is that, okay, that's a person in a stable relationship. She already got 2 kids, so they are 5, 7, so most likely there won't be another one coming, because it's already 5 years. But it seems that she's happy, she has everything figured out so far. So this is good information. It actually it makes you rank higher for some employers, not for all, but for some it does make you rank higher. So that's good to share a bit that about yourself, just to see a little bit who you are. You can also say from which part of the country you are. Now, for most of the employer, either they have no clue about the Philippines, or when they do have a clue, there's only 3 spots in the Philippines. Now, to me too, for example, for me, the Philippines, like you are either from Manila, Cebu, or Davao. Okay, so okay, you can be from the province of those places, but what you can say is I'm in this place near Cebu, near Davao, near Manila. This is also nice, just to chit chat a little bit on where you are from. This is okay as well. Then you can move on to your education background, so I have a bachelor in accounting, for example. Yeah, your grades and stuff like that, GPA, honestly, unless the employers ask for it, no need to mention it, nobody cares. Then you can mention what is your experience in the private sector. And also, you can also mention about your experience online jobs, VA, etc. You can also then explain why you want to apply for this job or why you are drawn into VA jobs. For example, if you come from a normal job, office job, why are you looking for VA? What is your motivation? You can explain that. It can summarize it. What you can do also, if you want, if you want to be a bit more personal, as I said, don't give the name of your parent, we don't care. But if you want to talk a bit about your hobbies, you can also mention it a little bit. So I like this or that. No, maybe choose hobbies that could potentially interest the employer. What I mean by that is like, if you tell him, look, I'm watching telenovelas, that's my hobbies. It's like, okay, it might be true, but the guy will say, oh yeah, me too, but if you say I like football or I like to play volleyball or some sports, for example, some people might connect with you on this aspect. Or I like reading books, or I like to listen to certain types of music. Now make sure that certain type of music may make you look bad as well. For example, it's heavy metal or hip hop. Now if you apply for a company where the guy, when the guy or the girl is actually working on heavy metal T-shirts, saying that you like heavy metal is actually helping you. Now if you talk to somebody a bit more classic, if you say heavy metal, they're like, oh, that's bizarre. Or if you like hip hop and you're applying for a guy again that works with a heavy metal T-shirt, he may look down at you. So you have to be careful also what you said, but what you're saying. But actually mentioning a few of your hobbies, hiking, outdoors, going to the beach, these kind of things, many people can relate with that. So that can be a way to look more personal.
Yeah.
Without disclosing too much of things that you're not supposed to say.
Yeah. All right. So when it comes to background checking, as a CEO, do you check their background? Like, do you require someone to like submit a, let's say, ID or like a proof that they are living in the Philippines, just to check
No,
their
for
background?
us, we don't really run background checks. We will, obviously we need the full name of the person, its ID and everything to make the contract.
Yeah.
For these, we'll see all these aspects. Being in the Philippines, well, it's pretty obvious the person is there actually for us. We never got somebody elsewhere pretending to be in the Philippines. So we don't have this kind of problem. And then for what they are saying, to be honest, there is no way to check unless you make heavy research, and we don't have the time for that. Yeah, basically, unless you make some big research, we don't have time for that. Now, what I told you before in the other videos is that we will make the person work, then we'll see if the person is lying or not. At the end of the day, what is important is that the person can do the job.
Yeah.
That's what I care about. If they bullshit that they have a master in accounting and years experience, and then after I give them simple accounting, they can't do it. I know there is a problem, and then the person is evacuated. At the beginning, I told you we were recruiting around 5 people and keeping just one, and after we went down to 3, and now because most of our candidate now comes from our staff, we get really good candidates. Almost we hire, we keep. So now it's almost 100% success rate. But at the beginning, our success rate was really, really low. So don't lie on your background though. It's not nice. It's not sustainable. It's not going to help you.
Because here in the Philippines, like before you start the job, you are required to submit like police clearance, and then other like legal things before you can start the job. So that's actually the practice here in the Philippines. What are the other questions you ask during the interview? Like aside from tell me about yourself, what are the other questions you ask?
I'm not really structured in my interviews. And at the moment, as you know, I'm not running much interviews anymore. It's mainly Michael doing them. So Michael is the guy in charge of my team in the Philippines. For me, is the kind of question I ask is really focused on the job. Is what we call either situational question or behavioral question. So I'm putting people in a situation. Okay, you have this case, how you handle it. What you would do. Imagine we have clients that has an Amazon shop and stores in Europe and US, sourcing in China. How would you handle that? What is what do you think we could do? And then I'm checking, I'm waiting to see what he will say. I'm just letting the person speak to see if they understand the business model, if they understand how we could structure the accounting, to basically see how the person think. Because for us, what's important is we have a lot of clients in e-commerce and also a lot of clients. As we use Zero principally, it's our main tools for accounting.
Yeah.
We check that the person can actually use these tools. We check just with questions, but we can quickly see if the person has an idea about the software or not, or about certain business models. So that's the kind of question that I will ask, but it's really specific to my business. Generally, I like to test. With the Philippines, I don't take much risk if the person is bad, because it's easy with the VA to stop working together. The easiest thing is probation, and then we see if you can do the job or not.
Yeah. All right. So, thank you.
And what I check is intelligence. I check if the person is smart. That's something I care about. If I see her or him a little bit dumb, I'm checking if the person is smart and honest. This is really important to me because we have to trust each other. And I'm checking also if the person fit within my company culture and if we can work together. So that's the kind of question I will add, but this is really specific to me. I don't think is a good tip to give to your viewers. Really, if they apply what we have been discussing over the 3 videos, they will be already on the top 5% of candidates. Really, it's just a few small things that make the whole difference. If imagine you come with your hair all messed up, you have a t-shirt, the background is some wood pallets, and then you hear the uncle that is playing heavy beats in the garden and having fun, and the internet keep cutting every second, and the sounds suck. And it's like, what are you saying? Honestly, what are your chances?
Yeah.
To get the job? Even if you're the best accountant in the Philippines, do you really think I will hire you? No chance. And a lot of time it is what's happening to get everything in one go is really unlucky, but it's a lot of things like that, that's happening all the time during the interviews. Or typos in the CV or in the explanations, or people that apply for accounting jobs when they have no accounting experience and no accounting background. So we receive a lot of weird candidacy. So if you do your homework and you make yourself look good for the job, normally you should get the job. One thing also, it will be the English level. We didn't talk about it, but
I have to ask that. I actually have a note here, but please go ahead.
Yeah, so this is really important as well. We need to get people. You can see I'm not native English speaker either, so I'm not there to judge how well people speak English. But if we cannot communicate, this is a problem. Especially it depends on the kind of job you're applying to. So if you tell me, I want to apply for graphic design job, maybe your English doesn't have to be top notch, but or web development. But if you apply for an accounting job, same thing. There's no big need of great English. Just communication is good enough. Data entry is good as well. Now, if you are applying for being a blogger, if you're applying for to do transcripts of videos or audio, if you are applying for customer service job and your English is not good, there's no way you will get the job. This is also down to what I said before. Are you competent for the job or not? So English is important. If you could train your English, it will increase your chances because it will make you look smarter. The fact to have and even after for promotion, I have to admit that the people with better English in my company have more chance for promotion. Because you know the path for promotion in Latin Asia. If you want to earn more and do better, is basically progressing from accountant to account manager. And to do that, you will be facing clients. And at that moment, you need to have a perfect, I mean, not perfect, but you need an excellent English at least.
Before we end this video, would you like to invite our viewers or would you like to promote something? Please go ahead.
For my final word, I wish you all the best in your VA journey. If you want to apply for my company, you still can. We hire accountant, bookkeepers, data entry, auditors on a regular basis. You can always drop a CV there if you want. We are not recruiting all the time, but from time to time we have opening. The other thing also is that Indonesia is really strong on CSR, corporate social responsibility. We don't do it just for promotion. We do it out of heart. And one of the project that was really dear to me was to actually help people in the Philippines to start small businesses. So when I have been in the Philippines, when I have been to Cebu on holiday, I saw the reality in there. And I was just, and I'm in Hong Kong. I see a lot of overseas workers coming to work in Hong Kong, leaving their family, leaving everything there in the Philippines. And I was like, yeah, but they leave everything for just the equivalent of Hong Kong dollars is 4,500 Hong Kong dollars. In the Filipino pesos, it's around ×6. So let's say 30,000 pesos, something like that. It's quite some money, but actually, it is possible to earn that in the Philippines when you think about that, either as a VA or with micro-entrepreneurship. You don't need to create the next Facebook, but you could create a small business. I was just thinking, is there a way to help in the Philippines, because I cannot hire half the Philippines near for my business. I mean, hopefully that would be awesome,
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, that would be really awesome, actually. But I don't think I can. So I was just thinking, okay, how I can do to help. And I created a course on business planning for micro-entrepreneurship for the Philippines. So we have an online course that you can take completely for free. So there is no hidden cost or whatever. It's really totally for free. There is no tricks, no whatsoever. You can go there. And then I recorded some video on how to create your business plans. You have templates. And when you are done with your plan, if you want, you can even send it to us for review. And my accountant in the Philippines will review your financials, because generally when you do a business plan, the most difficult part is the financial for the non-accountants. So we will help you with that. So if you want, we'll leave a link in the description below, and you can actually take the course.
Okay, so guys, the course is free, so please check the link below, and yeah, you can sign up, and then it's totally free. You don't have to pay anything, and you will learn a lot from there.